Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the North East Non-League Show, sponsored by DJ Private Hire, Gateway Accountancy Services Limited, Elite Goalkeeper Academy, Motivate, Danny Lay Plumbing and Heating, The Football Pink, and Sport and Journeys North East Limited. Tonight is episode 108 with our Annfield playing FC special, and Jason's coming on the show tonight. Jason, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
No bother, mate. Thanks for the invite again.
Excellent. And we've just been chatting there before with Sean. I love these ones because we're just focusing on one club, and anything that we do tonight is to try to support people to get across the Facebook and the Twitters and stuff, just to try and help push Annfield playing as much as we can. So throughout, like I say, anybody watching or watching back, please get across the social media pages for Annfield playing and like and follow and push as much as you can to support the club as well. But Jason, to yourself, obviously a massive concert fan, but obviously a local at Annfield. Where did the involvement come from Annfield?
Well, it's, I do a lot of ground hopping, go to different places and stuff like that, and do my match reports and stuff. And Derek, the chairman, just lives in the next street to us. Been wanting us to get involved for a while, but obviously concerts my team. And I said I didn't want to come on half-heartedly. I would want to come on like 100% or give as much as I can. And then I went along just to do a few improvements in the kitchen, putting like shelves up, to put the microwave up a height, and putting a bit of spare worktop on I had, and just different things like that I've done. And then I realised there was only 3 volunteers, including Derek. And Derek just turned around and said, "Look, if you can give us a little bit, it would be a massive help." So it was getting to the stage where I was finishing work at 2 or 3 o'clock and popping along for a few hours and just trying to move things on, just improving things.
That's brilliant. I've seen some of the pics that you put on, like you say, with the benches. It's just little things, but them little things just make so much difference at like a local football club, doesn't it?
Oh yes, even putting the fridge. I had a little fridge on the workbench and the microwave, just getting them out the way. I've put like a little shelf to put the teas and coffees on, and it just frees up space. But to me, the jobs are nothing, but to them, it's made a big difference.
Yeah. No, and that's the best thing, isn't it? And obviously the club itself, and obviously the people look at out in the sticks and around the likes of Concert FC as well. But just a little bit further of that, obviously you've got Newcastle United, and I think most teams in the Northern League, the Wayside, the Alliance, they know if Newcastle's doing well, them teams around them will struggle for crowds. Once Newcastle turn bad, they'll get them back. Same with Sunderland, the likes of obviously Sea and Red Star, myself at West End, RCA. Sunderland's playing well, the crowds will dingle, and it's just kind of hard to compete and getting them people to say, look, Newcastle's there, Con's there, but come and have a look at us every now and again. And I think that's all it needs, isn't it? It's not one person, but it's to get the word out there, the social media. It's massive, isn't it?
It is. It's like you say, it's just getting the word out there. But one of the problems that hits Annfield playing, or the Wayside League in general, is it's a 2 o'clock kickoff. Yeah. So if Newcastle's on at 12:30, as long as all fans can, if they're watching it on the telly, they'll get to that point and thought, oh, I've missed half the game. Where it was a 3 o'clock kickoff, you might get them few fans coming through. So you're competing about TV as well. But any club, whichever level you're at, struggle when Newcastle and Sunderland's at home.
Yeah, and I think it's just like some of those people, like you never know, they might just come down. It's that one match, isn't it? And it's strange because we know what it feels like, but some people like watching who may have not been down to watch it. You go down and watch a match at a certain stadium, a certain place, there'll be certain regulars there, and just that one game, you just fall in love with it, isn't it? And that's what happens at non-league, isn't it? Like anyone can go down and that's it, you're hooked.
Well, that's it. I think once you're there, I know a lot of people who've gone because I've done work for them and they've come along, and once you've gone, you just feel part of something. You always end up talking to somebody, you're making friends. Again, I go ground hopping, I stand talking to the fans more than my friends, not the fans now, but I stand talking to them more than I'm watching the football. So it's more of a social thing.
No, that's brilliant.
The best thing, like if people come down and they tell their mates, so it's a good social thing and a good way to make friends.
Yeah, and I think it's important as well, obviously, with the kids, and obviously, obviously my son part 8, so for you, just a little bit younger as well. But for example, obviously, we went to, I think it was Newcastle Bournemouth game a few weeks ago, and he just said, "Oh, please have me stay behind, try and get a few autographs." And like you say, the players are just getting in the car, zooming past the kids as quick as they could and getting home. But you take them down to these like local games, you can ask someone that can walk out with the players. And like you say, I'll be kicking about with the players for the game. It's just a totally different atmosphere. But I think that's where it helps now when you see the kids watching the football and they just think it's all on the telly off. They go and watch Newcastle, Sunderland, Middlesbrough. You might see them players, but they have no time for the kids or the local fans. Where you can go down and like yourself, you can have a beer with one of the players and afterwards in the concert game and stuff like that. It's more of that family feel now, isn't it? I think non-league.
Well, it is. I mean, you can talk to the chairman, you can talk to the players. You just feel part of it. Like you say, I mean, I hate seeing these like Facebook videos and stuff like that where you've got young kids waiting for autographs and the players have got the earbuds in and just walk straight past them.
Horrible. Yeah.
You know, it's great to see the kids coming and everywhere I've gone, like Annfield playing concert and that, the young kids are still looking up because to them it's still a footballer.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just little things like that when the player like acknowledges the kids. I mean, I was like that when I first started football, like watching them. I'm thinking, bloody hell, he knows my name. You know what I mean? Non-league player. But that's a good community thing.
Yeah, really good. And I think obviously I know we met just down at the hub not long ago as well. It was great meeting you, but I think it was just the buzz when we were chatting about, obviously with myself joining the West End committee, yourself obviously helping out Annfield and concert, and it was funny because we were kind of saying we're doing this, you're doing that, how can we improve, getting the music and stuff, and we were kind of getting excited, just talking about little plans and ideas, how we help each other, help the clubs get forward, and it was just a nice buzz, wasn't it? I think. Yeah,
but I mean, like, I can tell how passionate you were, and obviously you could tell how passionate I am, and it's great. And then bouncing ideas off each other, and because at the end of the day, I want your club to do well, you'll want my club to do well, and that's what non-league football's about. Well, mostly, you know, there'll be teams that don't want other teams to do well, but I think you do. Like, you just look out for everybody, and especially the way like the costs and that's gone up. You know, you don't want to see clubs folding and struggling and all that, so you want to see everybody do well.
That's the main thing. I mean, with obviously Annfield, I've played there a couple of times, and it's a proper old school ground. But which, for me, I think when you look around the stadiums that you go now, and I know we've had loads of Northern League managers come on and said it's fantastic to go out to these grounds, like some Crook and stuff like that as well. But it's just proper old school. But looking at obviously with now helping out there, what developments do you think could be needed around the place to kind of get the club a little bit further forward now? Do you think?
Well, we're getting like the snack bar up and running better, like getting cakes and that in, and hopefully we'll get hot food in, soup and stuff like that. And it's just getting people, like, I mean, I was there with one of my mates, and I says, do you want to go for a cuppa? And to get in the snack room, it's round the back. He didn't even know it was there. So the next game, I put a few signs up, and they got like tripled the money, really. So it's just things like that, just improving things. I mean, years ago, I used to stand, there's like a bit of a concrete area, but the wall at the back's fallen down, so it's all fenced off. But it'd be nice to get that wall back up and get the old, you know, get that up and running. But again, in pre-season, we'll get down, get a bit of painting done, freshen the place up again. And it's just, like I've said to you before, it's just small steps. You know, it's no good running, but just small little steps like that, just getting, like I say, getting people into the snack bar where they can buy a cuppa, they can buy the pin badge now. We've just ordered the scarves, so they'll be coming. And that's just a start, you know.
Oh, that's great. I think, like you say, with pre-season, I always love when people are sharing pictures in, obviously, the North East Non-League Facebook group, and you'll see like a group of fans down painting the fences around the pitch and stuff like that. Yep. And I think if you get them in any club now with good, solid, 20, 30 fans who come down and help out, they'll go and tell somebody, they'll go and then tell somebody, and that crowd just get bigger, and you just get that family feel, and more people will come down. And like you say, just little things around the ground over the summer, little things you can put on as well. It's just going to help the club so much, isn't it?
It is, but like I say, apart from like myself and Joanne who've stepped in to help, like there's only three of them. There's Derek, Jason, and John. So, you know, I mean, obviously Joanne kind of get down and paint and that. But the four of us, we just need a few more volunteers, you know. But I mean, I suppose a lot of clubs are calling out for that. But just like you say, hopefully this show might do something where people might think, oh, I'll come along and help out for an hour or two. And that, you know, if that's all they can give, an hour or two, it'll make a massive difference.
Definitely, 100%, 100%. like you mentioned there as well, Jason, I think money, and I think you look at any North East club. I mean, we've just been chatting about budgets and stuff before we came on, and it's so hard now for clubs. I mean, you look at the pyramid, the football pyramid that we've got in the North East now, and you'll see some teams going up. I mean, you look at obviously South Shields had the money put in, but now Jeff's obviously said, right, we can't put any more. We've got to be kind of relying on what we've got and trying to develop from there. Got the likes of Hebburn, Dunstan trying to progress and stuff like that. Stockton. But then you look at size that has gone up, and then they thought, oh, hold on, this is a bit too high. We haven't got the money to kind of play at this level. You see them come back down. You see, I mean, look, even just looking at the Northern League now. I mean, the likes of obviously Bedlington crying out for like money for floodlights have gone from kind of almost playoffs down to almost relegation. If there was 3 teams that were to go down, it's scary how quick things can change in football, and that's why, like we say, these shows, anyone that's watching local sponsors, that every penny just counts so much now, doesn't it?
Oh, well, it does. Like you say, every penny. I mean, like we're getting the merchandise in now. I mean, I'm going to get like the players sponsored for next season. Try and get the match. Well, the match is sponsored, but like the match ball. Trying to get a stadium sponsor and stuff like that. Oh, it is. Like you say, every penny. So everybody that goes in there and buys a cup of coffee, they're contributing towards keeping the club alive and hopefully moving that next step.
Oh, but no, give us a shout. We'll definitely get a player sponsor for you over the summer as well, Jason. Definitely.
All right, champion, mate.
As well. But I think it's a funny one because I know obviously I was just on the gate on Saturday. Well, just behind it, and obviously people. You come in and all of a sudden they're like, do you want to buy a meat draw ticket? Do you want to buy a raffle ticket for this? Do you want to buy a football card? But it's just things that you've got to do, isn't it? And they don't rate like saying just a few £, but it just helps so much. And like you say, with the social media, I know we put all the results on now. Obviously, the raffle ticket winners, meat draw winners, but I know obviously the last couple of weeks you've had like signed Sunderland shirts that we put on, and I mean it's killed us having red and white in the house for a couple of weeks until they've gone like. But it just brings that little bit extra money in. But then you're sharing it to say, look what these have won. Then I mean, just tonight we shared it to say this is the winner of the Isidore shirt, and wow, where are you getting that from? And it's just little things like that can help the club so much as well. But the Facebook page, it's huge. Twitter's huge now as well. It's just getting things out there and just sharing the positive news all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting like it's for West End yourself and Annfield playing that. It's just getting people to realise they've still got a football team. You know, I mean, I still get people saying to me when I say I support Concert, I didn't know Concert still played because I thought when the old ground went, that was it. You know, so yeah, there's still people that I see when I go to Annfield playing. Oh, where's their ground at? You know, and I'm talking to people who live in Annfield playing or live at Catchgate where I am, which is like a mile or so away. So it's just getting them people to realise that there is a football team there and just come along one afternoon and support them.
Definitely. I mean, like you said, the league itself, the way you say, it's always been obviously a good division, and they've always been in that top division as well. But the likes of obviously now you look at Durham United, Easington Lane, Durham Griffins Lane Rangers, and it's teams that now they've seen people go up from the Weir side to the Northern League and not struggling. You'll normally see the teams now go up and then go up again just because of that confidence. And you'll normally see them teams the Weir side, they'll stick together that hard to get out because it's so tough, and they'll just develop and develop. It's a great league now, isn't it?
Yeah. Like you say, you'll see teams up there for a few years, and all of a sudden, once they go up there, that's it. And I mean, one thing I've just got to mention about Annfield playing, they've getting into the first final of the Cup Down Trophy for the first time in 16 years. Somebody was saying. So I mean, this is a team that was getting beat like 16-0 4 years ago. You know, and players leaving, manager leaving, and all that. Where Luke's come in, he's got himself seems to be a settled squad. We just lost one of the main players this last week or two, Derek was saying. But, you know, when it was like 4 years ago, the club looked like it was going to fold. Derek stepped in, done what he's done, brought Luke in. And just for them, even in that time, if you said they were going to get to a final in 4 years, nobody would have believed you. You know, getting thumped 16-0. So, you know, again, you know, it's massive improvement on the pitch. And we're trying to do our best off the pitch to help the lads on the pitch.
No, definitely. Even the league as well, sitting 11th, obviously games in hands as well, it's still going to that top 10. And it's all about finishing strongly. And like I say, that people are coming down to watch some good football, hopefully, as well. I mean, the games that you've been to, have you enjoyed them this season? Yeah,
I mean, wait, there's a few of them now I haven't watched the matches because I've gone out to help Jason, the other Jason behind the snack bar. I've gone in to help him make cups of coffee and that while he's serving the 30 customers that stand and waiting. So, but I don't mind that because I want them to make money, you know. But I've gone down before, and like I say, I've done my match report, and I've shared it onto the Annfield playing pages and things like that, and I've enjoyed it. It's a local club to us. Like I say, there's lads I see there that I don't see at concert. But yeah, I don't mind going down and helping out behind the snack bar if it means missing the game, but the club get money in.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I like to say you've touched on the volunteers and the names before, but I know there's only a few of them, so it'd be nice just to go back over again. Just I think they just deserve a massive shout out, obviously, for what they've done so far. Who's the volunteers again?
Yeah, well, Dirk's the chairman, so I mean he does like everything. I mean he was out there the other Saturday morning, 7:30 in the morning, because they have problems with the birds pecking the worms, so it leaves little divots. So he's out there doing things like that. Jason does the lines. Like John chips in with everything as well. You know, there's nothing the three of them don't do. They just do everything to get that match on.
Yeah.
Which is a massive thing to keep a pitch up to the standard that they keep it.
That's fantastic. Like I say, anybody that's watching, please get across to the Annfield social media page, like you say, Facebook, Twitter. Just like, share, follow. Just push as much as you can. Like you say, the amount of people that if you share that one post, like you say, when Jason's putting things on about sponsorships over the summer, please share as much as you can as well. And I think one thing that we did touch on, Jason, was obviously the match day experience. I know we spoke about it. Obviously, I know we had the music on. You said with the crowds coming in and little things that was happening around the place. And it just gives a little bit spark to the day, isn't it? With a bit of music in the background, and obviously teams coming out with certain songs, and it just sets the tone. And it just things when a song comes on, that's what Annfield playing quite there, and it's just little things like that gets people down again, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's I'll tell you. Like when we've been to Blue Star, you know, I mean, we with her being disabled, we get right to the front where the clubhouse is. And as soon as you get out the car, the music's blasting, the hairs on your arms stand up. You're not even in the ground, but you feel part of it.
Yeah.
So it's the getting the music. You know, maybe we'll hopefully get some fans with the chants and stuff like that. But yeah, just the whole match day thing.
Not really good. And any plans for yourself between now and the end of the season, helping out? What jobs have you got on your list to do, Jason?
I've got a list of jobs. Well, just between now and then, just to try and get more merchandise sorted. I mean, like I say, we've just ordered 50 scarves. So we're just waiting to see how long it'll take to get them. Hopefully they'll get them for the final. But Dirk hasn't, well, he said he might find out this week when the final is and where it's going to be played at. The date, I mean. So hopefully we can get the scarves from there. But if not, just pushing the pin badges and the cups and all that sort of stuff. Pre-season, when I've got a bit more time myself on a weekend, I'll be going down and painting the snack bar out, the walls, the floor, the doors, just brighten the place up, paint whatever needs painting outside. It'll be like the Fourth Bridge, you know, once you're finished, you're starting again. Yeah. But it's just if we can get a few volunteers in over the summer, you know, just to help out or take weeds out of the path and things like that. Just like I say, every hour would be so much appreciated.
Oh, definitely. Like I say, we'll push as much as we can, even after the show as well. We'll get it shared out and try and get some volunteers involved for you as well. I mean, anyone that's watching, obviously, from Annfield who've kind of think, oh, didn't even, like you said before, didn't realise there was a football team, someone who thought it might go down. What would your message be to the people of Annfield or the local area?
Just come down and support the lads. You know, you're paying that £3 in the gate. Even if you don't buy a coffee in that £3 goes a long way. But, you know, come in, buy a raffle ticket, get yourself a cuppa and a snack, get yourself a pin badge. You know, you know, I mean, I don't know how much it costs when you go to a Newcastle game, but getting them few things like you still have change out of a tenner. But one thing I want to mention, the bit of the history of Annfield playing. Kevin Keegan brought a team to Annfield playing in '93. Right. Kevin Keegan's grandfather saved some lives at the Stanley Burns pit disaster in 1909. Right. So he brought a team of young'uns, and I was there. I remember George Courtney being the referee. Keegan was there. McDermott was there. I think Lee Clark and Stevie Watson. But I mean, this is back in 1993. They generated £6,000.
Wow!
But Keegan did that because of his grandfather. Stanley's only a couple of miles away. But if anybody wants to, I mean, I've been looking at myself. But if anybody wants to go on YouTube and just type in Kevin Keegan Annfield playing, they'll watch a little snippet off the BBC News, which is quite interesting.
Oh, it's brilliant. I've looked that. Check out the team as well. It'd be interesting to see who plays. I love watching, like, looking back through things like that as well. It's fantastic. I think.
Aye. But I mean, not a lot of people would have known that, you know.
Nah, no, that's a great. I'll have to check straight away. I love looking at things like that, and obviously the lineup as well.
The first time I met Kevin Keegan at a talk-in, I was the last one in the queue, so to get my autograph when he signed shirt, and I was talking to him about it. And you know what? He remembered it. He remembered the year it was, the players he brought up. And I just thought, how the hell do you remember that? When you've played like thousands of matches, you know what I mean? But he said it meant a lot to him with his grandfather being up from this end.
Oh, fantastic, man, it is. But again, honestly, like I say, we do these club push shows for one reason: is just to help the club as much as we can. And like that's what it is all about. Nights Annfield playing. So please get across and just like, share, follow, anything you can to do. Like you say, Jason's on Facebook as well. If you can possibly help, I'll volunteer and drop Jason a message. Drop us a message and pass it on to Jason. Anything we can do to help the club as much as we can as well. But Jason, I know we'll be back on next week with Matthew as well to go on the steps 1 to 4 show. We've got to get a couple of shows going back again now. I think I've started to just relax a little bit now. I've got a bit more time in my hands. Been busy in January, but starting to get a few more shows booked in as well. But Jason, we just want to say a massive thank you. And like you say, we can only wish yourself and Annfield the very best luck for the rest of the season, the cup final. And look, it's a very busy summer ahead for you as well.
Thank you for letting us come on and talk about Annfield playing. I know you don't really go down the Wayside League, but you said when I told you I was involved with them, you said you would push, and that's what you're doing. So 100%. Thank you.
Not a problem. But again, thank you everyone very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night as well.